The UAP task force was refused access to a broad crash retrieval program. These are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles, call it spacecraft if you will, non-human.
That's absolutely insane. Whoa, look at that takeoff. Y'all, UFOs are everywhere, and while I'm away, it's as if they're doubling up. So today I'm treating you guys to a series of amazing UFO sightings. UFO sightings that raise some serious questions. From Eagle, Idaho, to Morocco, to Peru, this video has it all. So sit back, grab a snack, smash like, and enjoy some of the best UFO footage in recent history. We're starting off in Ohio, March 27th, 2026, where witnesses saw these strange orbs of light in the sky. But it got stranger still as they began to seemingly take formation. At one point, even getting into like a delta shape as the lights formed almost a triangle or boomerang shape. Then as you guys will see, it starts like shifting around. This thing makes no sense. Meanwhile, in Florida, March 27th, 2026, we see this strange object in the sky with what looks like a plume or illuminated cloud behind it. This absolutely fascinated people. As you can see, this person's recording while in the car. They're literally stunned.
Mira, se está moviendo. Marico, se está moviendo. ¿Qué vaina es esa? ¿Es un avión? ¿Qué vaina es esa? Se está moviendo. Las dos al mismo tiempo.
Similar to that strange sighting with its plume was this UFO over Helena, Mississippi, March 27th, 2026. Another strange light in the sky. This one also seems to have a tail of sorts, kind of like the plume we saw in the previous video, but more contained. Yet it wasn't moving in any direction. It looked like it should be streaking across the sky, but it was just sitting there. What is this? It's almost as if they're sitting around watching over us. It gets stranger still with this weird clip from Brazil, March 27th, 2026. Witnesses saw this strange light in the sky and pulled out their camera. When they zoomed in, they realized that it was like a diamond-shaped craft or a very, very strangely shaped craft. And you actually get, considering how far away they are, you get a decent amount of detail when they do zoom in on this, whatever it is that's in the sky. Look, there it goes. You can kind of start making it out as they zoom in. Now they're saying it appeared like a twinkling light, right, to their naked eye. And with the camera, they couldn't see it at all until they zoomed this far in, but it was bright enough that they could see it with their eye. Look at this thing. Now, what I find strangest about that is the video that we had seen before from Brazil. This happened March 26th of 2026, so just a day before. And this object that was captured in the sky while they were on the road looks very strikingly similar in shape to the objects that we just saw in the previous video. Look at that weird diamond-esque shape of this craft. It looks just like that one. Only the other one was further in the distance, so we couldn't make it out this clearly. Yeah, I'm blown away. Let me know if you guys agree. There's also this excellent clip with amazing commentary from Italy 2003 of a massive spacecraft near a military base. Take it away.
Broad daylight in 2003, an anonymous amateur videographer captured a disc-shaped craft hovering 8 meters above ground between the Aviano military base and Valchelina in northern Italy. Against a cloudy sky, the object's reflective surface and subtle ambient lighting appear natural, with no visible flares or digital artifacts. Shot near the historic Ponte del Giulio, a 60-meter Bailey-type iron bridge built in 1875 that links Montereale Valchelina to Maniago, the raw footage was later delivered to ufologist Antonio Chiamiento in an envelope bearing the message, "I am afraid." A team of engineers examined the unedited video and confirmed its authenticity, finding no evidence of digital tampering. Local television and programs such as Studio Aperto then brought the footage to wider attention. An Austrian holidaymaker also reported seeing the same object between 9 and 10 a.m. as they departed a nearby campsite en route to Maniago. The 2003 Valchelina UFO sighting remains unexplained.
Absolutely fascinating. I also got this clip sent in. I'm a little iffy on it because they didn't give me a date and time, but the commentary seems genuine. Let me know your thoughts.
And then the other one coming back forward. Look at it. Yeah.
Down at Maya. Shh. I know.
I'm telling you, dog.
I know. What in the world?
Whether you're iffy on that last one like I am or not, what really matters is that something is happening in our skies. Even if that last one's not necessarily what's happening, there are other sightings that make no sense that everyone is seeing. So guys, what is going on and why aren't they telling us? UFOs are everywhere, and today we're going to check out some insane sightings, including a strange craft floating around in Mexico and a flying saucer seen just drifting across the sky. Absolutely bananas. I'm even adding some clips from the Fukushima event that you may not have seen before, and that's one of the most insane UFO sightings in history. Let's start with Think Tank's post of the lady who captured a UFO in Mexico. She sees this thing drifting across the sky during a storm and took out her phone to start recording. Check it out and let me know in the comments what you think this is. That thing was zipping along. Even in the slowed down version, I felt like it was going pretty quickly. I'm not sure that it was exactly elongated as it seemed. It could have just been like a motion blur as it was passing by the camera. Still very strange. Next, a debated UFO sighting from Mexico. This one is very strange and honestly looks very intricate. However, some are saying it's just a balloon. Others are saying it's actually several balloons together, while others believe it's either extraterrestrial or interdimensional. My question to you is, what do you think it is? Check it out. That thing looks wild to me. It definitely looks anomalous. Now, I'm not going to say it's not a balloon. It could be. If it were, I think it's more likely a prop for something as opposed to like a balloon every regular person would buy, because what the hell were those shapes? Like, it looks it looks wild. Next, we have a compilation put together by Jaime Mosson showcasing USOs, unidentified submerged objects, which, yes, are much more rare than the flying objects that we're used to, but they are something that we do look into, and even the government has documented and acknowledged as real. So these USOs sometimes become UFOs, sometimes they just stay in the water. Either way, it's kind of eerie. Smash like and check this out.
8 de agosto de 2024. En un lago en Manitoba, Canadá, un grupo de turistas lograron registrar desde una zona alta la presencia de un objeto luminoso, el cual se encontraba sumergido a pocos metros de profundidad en las aguas de este sitio. A la persona que realizó la grabación le costó trabajo lograr un enfoque adecuado de la toma. Sin embargo, se aprecia la estructura sumergida de un objeto, y ésta se encuentra iluminada en todo momento. Al contrastar las imágenes y realizar un acercamiento, podemos apreciar con mayor claridad que se trata efectivamente de algo que está por debajo del agua. No se trata de una embarcación o algo que pudiera confundirnos. ¿Qué estaba haciendo en este sitio? En los más recientes meses, se han incrementado este tipo de evidencias, en las cuales se han registrado objetos submarinos desconocidos. El más impactante ocurrió durante la noche del martes 20 de junio del 2023. Un grupo de amigos que navegaba frente a las costas de la ciudad de Aguadilla en Puerto Rico sostuvieron un encuentro cercano con un extraño y misterioso OVNI. Un objeto submarino no identificado que se desplazaba muy cerca de su posición. Los testigos, quienes se identifican en redes sociales como Carres Ibarrondo y Rubén Colón Roman, durante varios minutos, registraron como un objeto que emanaba un fuerte brillo de color azul, se movía a una corta distancia de la superficie del océano. Intrigados por la extraña presencia del OVNI, decidieron acercarse hasta llegar a posicionarse por arriba del objeto que emanaba esta luz. Sin embargo, este encuentro les tenía deparada una sorpresa más, ya que lograron observar claramente algo que parecía una silueta humanoide, que parecía estar nadando o posiblemente caminando sobre la superficie del objeto. No podemos determinarlo. El 25 de mayo del 2024, trabajadores de una plataforma petrolera de la empresa Petrobras, ubicada en la cuenca de Campos, en Río de Janeiro, en Brasil, fueron testigos de la presencia de una luz de dimensiones considerables, la cual se encontraba a pocos metros de profundidad. Un objeto submarino desconocido se encontraba cerca. Se aprecia con gran claridad la zona donde el objeto está emitiendo esta luz de color blanco intenso, la cual se puede observar incluso desde la plataforma, que se encuentra a metros de distancia.
I don't know, it freaks me out. There's something about the depths of the water that make it even more eerie for me. I mean, think about how we even stopped researching. Well, we didn't, I guess, really stop, but we stopped focusing on the depths of the water, even though we still don't know exactly what's going on down there, and started focusing more on space because that was easier and less scary, because there are creatures for sure down there. Maybe there's aliens. No, there are for sure monsters at the bottom of the ocean, okay? I don't know, the whole thing, I would freak out if I just saw a light emitting, like, let's say I was on a boat or on a cruise. No. Next, we have a very interesting UFO sighting from Jonathan Simas. I am intrigued by this sighting because the UFO, alleged UFO, is actually leaving a contrail. Now, he even says that some people might think is batshit crazy, because you'll see this, you might think it's like a plane or a jet, but he says he's obviously watching for this, sees it all the time through his phone, and even with his eyes you can see the wings of a plane or a jet. This thing does look weird. He even paused and like cropped in on the video so you can get a good look at the object, and it is wingless. And it is strange, and I don't know what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments about this.
Hi. Just for proximity. It's weird. Doesn't look anything like a plane from here. It's different. It's like very, very different.
Next, we have one of the most interesting UFO sightings ever caught on camera. It is the UFOs at the Fukushima disaster. It is said that before the earthquake and tsunami hit Fukushima that caused the explosion of the nuclear power plant, UFOs were seen in the area, in the sky, as if maybe they knew what was to come, or maybe they were there to help, and they were seen sometime after as well. These are just some of the clips from that event. It is fascinating. It is sad because the disaster happened, but just fascinating to see these unidentified aerial phenomenon, unidentified flying objects, orbs, floating around. Like, what are they doing? Were they recording history? Were they trying to help us? Is it just observation? It raises so many questions, especially when it comes to something so major like that. I want to hear you guys in the comments. What are your thoughts on this?
Officials there warning of a possible nuclear reactor meltdown.
We keep hearing that the coolant system is not working.
A China syndrome meltdown and radiation leaks.
The clock is ticking. Every minute that passes, we come closer to the time when
The UFOs came after the explosion. There were so many of them. I was shocked. This likely applies to the sightings from March 2011.
One day, a group of us came here, looked up and saw these balls of light out over the ocean. They were these bluish-whitish balls of light, off in the distance. There were so many of them, and they were all lined up in a row. It was beautiful.
Again, I'm just shocked. And then the sheer numbers. And then the fact that it didn't seem like they were afraid to be seen. Normally, they're like hard to see or cloaking, or we have trouble even spotting them or capturing them on camera. This seemed like the event was such an emergency or important even to them that they're like, screw it. Here we are. And it's fascinating to me. I don't know. I'm still, ever since I learned about it, I'm just so shocked by that. Next, of course, we have Wixie the UFO bloke posting yet another incredible UFO clip. This time showcasing a flying saucer just hovering, flying around the sky in Egypt. Like traveling like it's nobody's business. And it seems to be made of pure light. Very interesting. Smash like and check this out. Homeboy was really just cruising, like they were sightseeing. That I find that sighting so interesting. This one was actually captured in Eagle, Idaho, and we can see several red lights in the sky, some of which appeared to be moving in unison, giving the illusion, like those three, that it's one craft. But as we see the others approach, we can tell that they are each different and individual objects flying into the sky. There's going to be about 2 more red ones appearing, and the way that they just sit there is a bit eerie, a bit ominous. I don't know what this one is. This one is fantastic. The witness of the event described that contrail as on fire. And we zoom in to see that there's actually 2 objects, one in the front kind of glowing, and then one right at the end of that flaming contrail. The witness said that there were actually 3 objects, but by the time they were able to start capturing and recording, the other one had gone and faded away, kind of how this one did here. This is wild. Like, what would leave that contrail like that anyway that we would have? I haven't seen a UFO really do anything like this, but it definitely looks strange and interesting. This next event happened in Morocco just before the earthquake. Now, it is being classified as earthquake lights, which is interesting because earthquake lights are another anomaly we don't necessarily have an answer for. What's even stranger about these lights is that several sets of them have been seen, like this set where one light or a few lights are moving individually. And then we have a completely different angle with another set of lights, also in Morocco just before the earthquake, and we're seeing that all of these lights look like they're moving in unison. For those who don't know, earthquake lights are an aerial phenomena that occur in areas with tectonic stress, volcano eruptions, and seismic activity. And I find it very interesting because we have seen a lot of moving lights lately around volcanoes, with a lot of people even capturing what they consider UFOs flying in and out of volcanoes during active eruptions. I'm a bit of a skeptic for this next one, just because there's a repeating pattern towards the end.
However, it is insane and impressive. I mean, look at this thing. The glow is incredible. This is the part that throws me off a little bit, that like halo shift and then a zip under. Now look, this halo and then a zip under. Again, it's like a repeating pattern. But who's to say they don't repeat patterns? This, if real, would be wild. I won't be near my computer right now, so I can't actually do a full analysis of this one, but it is one that I look forward to updating you guys on very, very soon, because it is freaking cool. What's even more interesting about this footage is that if proven to be real and accurate, this is actually said to be from Peru and said to be one of the events that the people in Peru are witnessing lately, along with the alien attacks. If I can do an analysis and, really check this out and it's real, this could be what's happening in Peru. This could be what has people panicking. And it is absolutely insane. And the way it just disappears. This incident was captured in Los Angeles on September 7th. I find this light to be very interesting because it looks almost like a distortion in space-time, right? This could be, again, going into all the theories, it could be a multi-dimensional object presenting itself in our three-dimensional plane of existence. It could be a light being, because some of these things could be organic in some way. I don't know. I can't wait to get more information about these non-human intelligence or non-human biologics. But what if it's the ship itself? What if some do have passengers and others are just in and of themselves life and light entities that can travel? I also like this one because they stood for a good amount in the incident. It's not just 10 seconds and, they stopped recording. And it has pretty colorful commentary, which makes it, I feel, more believable. I definitely feel that the witness was freaked out and believed they saw something.
Yeah, an alien's starting to exist. You're fucking right. Tell me what the fuck that is then. Just give you an idea, zoom out a little bit. So I'm not bullshitting.
It's ominous that it's actually just sitting there stationary. But what I find most interesting is that I genuinely, again, it looks like a distortion. I genuinely cannot tell if this is one light, several lights, a light being scattered through a prism of some sort, creating this illusion or effect. I find it so interesting. I love this video. The shape is interesting too. It's definitely not a star. I want to know what you guys think about this one, because I'm blown away by it. I'm baffled. This event was captured in Texas on September 7th. Because it has blinking lights, I'm inclined to go drone, but just the shape of it, the look all around, feels very unfamiliar. So it definitely could be a UFO. This luminous object was captured by a stewardess on a plane. It's definitely anomalous and strange. However, because of the nature of the video, it's like a few seconds, so I can't really get too much detail out of it, and how high up she is, I can't tell if it's just something on land reflecting the sun or if it's an actual object in the sky. This object was captured in Paphos, Cyprus on September 6th, just floating across the sky. The witness and his partner believed at first that it could have been possibly a weather balloon, because at first it was drifting slowly. But upon zooming and checking the video, they realized that it had some form of strange movement to it, almost like a distortion in the eye. And they also noticed that it made some abrupt movements later on, which they felt ruled it out as being a weather balloon and counted as unidentified. I think it looks strange. I definitely felt like I saw some weird glitchy movement. Let's try to zoom in. it definitely looks like it's jittering to me, but the skeptic in me also says it could be the distortion from the camera because of how far it is. Definitely a mystery. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.